What is up, sports bettors worldwide? Bob and Mike are here. Oh my goodness. And from Mexico, just to prove we're worldwide, Justin is in Mexico. Yes. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Last minute betting, powered by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company. And you know what? If I haven't told you about the OddsJam Partner Program, I'm going to tell you now. You know what? You can get 50% just by sharing OddsJam. Revenue share. I mean, that's unheard of in the business. Link is below in the description. Don't forget about the picks. Me, Tony, Mike. 14-day free trial. Go there now. We could really use your support there. And you know what? You can make money during the free trial. Golf Gurus or Sports Nuts picks. Those are your choices. All right, Mike. Here we are. Day before. Wow. One of the best days of the year, is it not? Tomorrow?
It is a great day tomorrow. Unreal. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I cannot wait for Major League Baseball to be back. I'm just so excited, man. There's just nothing like it. It's the start of a new season, and there's so much to bet on, guys. Like, there's so much. We got dingers. We got nerfies. We got yerfies. We got player strikeouts. We got player outs. We've got player hits, total bases, like all kinds of great markets that are fun to bet on and profitable.
Well, let me ask you a question, Mike. Are you ready to take on the chore in the picks of being the nerfy king?
Yeah, but it's going to take, we're going to have nerfies for the people.
Okay, all right.
We're going to have nerfies. We like quick, easy, cashes. Yeah, so, nothing like making your money in the first inning, right?
You know what? I think you could do a weekly Yerfie, and people would probably pay you for that, Mike. Guarantee you they would. All right. Justin's got all kinds of things. He wants to know about Zubac over 9.5 points. He found he's got a book he can bet on. Mike likes it. Can't wait to go to Oregon next month and watch the Warriors play the Blazers. Didn't get the game. The games got moved to the 29th. I did not know that.
Neither did I.
All right. Well, look, Mike, we got a couple of games in the NHL tonight. We have, let's see, is NIT not there going on tonight, Mike? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we got NIT tonight and MLB games to the 29th. Oh, did not hear that.
All of them? Wait a minute.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I've not heard anything about this, man. You got me tripping now. You got me tripping, bro.
I'm going to pull it up here. I mean, I'm on MLB.com.
2 MLB teams postpone opening day games. So we got a couple of I got you. I was like, what? Yes.
Braves. Okay.
Yeah. So
Braves.
So much for our nerfy there, Justin. We were going to ride a nerfy in that game, but that's all right.
Wow. Well, there you go. You had me all freaked out there, Justin. If you don't, hey, by the way, don't drink the water while you're there. I'm just saying. I've been there. All right, Mike, let's talk a little sports here, bud. Let's talk a little. Let's get into what's happening. I mean, we got tomorrow college basketball. Okay, where are you at in your bracket? I knew you filled out a bracket.
I'm busted.
You ahead of me or behind me?
Probably behind you.
Okay. So nothing going on there, huh?
Not in my bracket.
No. Okay. So then let's talk a little bit about the matchups. By the way, I win $50 if Arizona wins and gets into the Elite Eight. That's a feature that I had. So that's extremely important tomorrow night. I care less how many points they win by. Just win that game. What, you got any thoughts on that game for tomorrow night?
Man, I think Arizona's going to get the job done. I think Clemson has rode out their little run long enough. They got that win against Baylor. Baylor just shot terrible. Now, here's what worries me. Arizona has had games where they just cannot get their offense going at all. I believe that game against Oregon that they lost, they just could not get their offense going for whatever reason. But I don't think that happens here. I think that Arizona gets the job done for sure.
Okay. Do you think they cover?
Honestly, honestly, I do.
Okay. All right. I mean,
if
they're going to be champions, they got to take care of a team like Clemson. That's my opinion.
Well, obviously.
I need them to win. Okay. That's what this is all about. You realize that?
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. So let's look at San Diego State and UConn. And let me know when Jabari gets here. He should be here any minute. A lot of people liking, taking San Diego State in the points. Some people not believing in UConn. There's some UConn trash going around,
Really?
Yeah, there's a little bit of trash in the Huskies, the champs, who are back at it again. And the team with the best odds to win. But there's some trash being talked. You know what? I think, once again, UConn needs to come out. If they want the championship, let's get in there and whip some butt at some point in time. You got to take care of a team like San Diego State, which can, Mike, hang around and be a pest,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you saw they blew out, just beat the brakes off of Yale, just absolutely smashed them. So, yeah, I mean, I know they had that first-round matchup with UAB that they were able to survive, but then they turned around and just absolutely beat the brakes off of Yale. I do think San Diego State may be able – I mean, this is what worries me about this line. I mean, naturally, I'm thinking, yeah, I think San Diego State could cover that. But then again, I worry that line says UConn blows them out of the water.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, the initial thought is, oh, no doubt, you got to back San Diego State and take those points, right?
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll stay away.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet.
I'm not going to touch it.
This next game, do I feel a roll tide?
No.
A roll tide?
No, give me Carolina.
You're going to cover with them?
Yep.
4.5?
Yep.
I'm taking them points. I'm taking them points. if Bama shoots, then Carolina's going to have a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Bama's got to shoot. You don't think there's any chance?
I mean, 72 points against Grand Canyon won't cut it here, I don't think.
Okay. All right. You think this is in the 80s game?
Well, I mean, 85, 90 points their first two games, North Carolina. The way they're playing offensively, I don't think that's not going to cut it. So,
well, you could say the same thing about Illinois, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, you really could, which is the next game that we're going to get to. You know, folks, we are in Illinois. That's where we live. And it's the Fighting Illini against Iowa State. And, boy, you know that money line is tempting, Mike. That's tempting. You're talking about the number one defensive team in the country in the Cyclones. Mm-hmm. Number one. Against what many people feel right now, and you could say what you want to about Carolina, but with Shannon playing the way he's playing, an almost to the point of being dominant type of offense. Doesn't matter where they're at in the game, they can come back from anything, and they have a swagger and a confidence, Mike, that I haven't seen for a while.
Well, here's the thing about this matchup. Iowa State has done exactly what they need to do in the first two rounds in terms of winning the way they win, not allowing teams to score much and playing a solid defensive game. Illinois has been the same way. They've won every game so far the way they need to win these games, just mopping teams and putting up 89, 85, and then in the conference tournament, you had 93 against Wisconsin, 98 against Nebraska. I mean, Illinois is potent offensively right now. Iowa State is potent defensively right now. This is going to come down to, can Iowa State's offense score enough against Illinois' defense? That's going to be the big matchup, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa State has got to be able to score. I mean, look, Wisconsin got 87 on Illinois. Iowa State probably doesn't need 87 points to win this game, but they probably need 74 points somewhere in that, because I don't think they're going to hold Illinois to that, and that's being generous that they hold Illinois to that.
Guess what, Mike? I'm ready for you on that. Guess what Iowa State averages? And I didn't even have to look at it on the computer right now.
Yeah.
75 points a game.
So that's around what they're going to need to win this game. Now, they got to hope that they're able to hold Illinois to less than that, which I think they can. I don't know that they will, though, man. I don't know that they will. If Illinois scores 80 points, Iowa State's not going to win this game. I don't think they will.
Yeah. Yeah, you
might. I just don't see Iowa State putting up any more than 74, 75 points. Even though Illinois doesn't have a great defense, I think their defense can be good enough. And I just think that if Iowa State wins this game, it's got to be a 70, 75 to 71, 72 type of game.
That I agree with you.
Because if Illinois gets 80 plus, I think Illinois will win this game.
Yep, I'm with you.
So, who you going with?
Oh, man. I mean, I think Iowa State is going to win this game.
I don't.
Okay.
I think Illinois is going to win this game. I think Illinois will get around 80 points, and I think they'll win this game.
Well, then if you believe, and you know what? I'm on the cusp here. So
I believe Illinois wins this game. I really do, man.
Okay. All right. So
I think they've got too much.
If they win,
I don't think that Iowa State can handle I don't think they can handle this Illinois offense, man. And I know they played in a tough conference. What?
If they win, Then and
Yeah.
UConn beat San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
It's UConn and Illinois, bud. I
Okay.
mean, honestly, there is the threat for UConn to not repeat immediately, okay, to get into the Final Four. Illinois could be a stumbling block for them.
Yeah. Look, I know Iowa State has gone up against, in the Big 12 there. Baylor was a potent offensive team, but look what happened to them in the turn. I mean, Illinois to me right now, Illinois has got the most potent offense going. And I think Iowa State is going to have a hard time with that. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think they've seen an offense as good as Illinois, truth be told. I know they've seen Houston. I know they've seen Baylor. I think Illinois is going to be too much, bro. I really do.
Yeah. Final Four?
They got a shot. I think I'll be honest, man. If they get matched up like you're saying, which obviously that's what will happen, assuming UConn, I'm sure UConn probably wins that game, but
yeah, right.
I think Illinois will upset UConn, man. I really do.
You heard it, folks.
Oh, I really do. I think Illinois is gonna go to the Final Four, man.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to download this video, and I'm gonna have to clip out that spot where you said that.
Why?
We're gonna have to post it. We'll put it out on some social media stuff.
Well, clip it out here. I'm on the record saying
okay
right now. No, this is where you're going to clip it out if you're going to do it right now. So, Bob, you're telling me that Illinois will be matched up with UConn in the Elite Eight, right?
Right. If Illinois wins and UConn wins, they match up.
I'm on the record saying right now Illinois is in the Final Four this year. They will knock off UConn.
What?
Okay?
Wow. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
You heard it, folks.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I was not expecting at all.
Yeah, look, the eye test tells me Illinois is a lot more for real than I thought they were. And you could say, well, who have they played here in these first? I get it, okay? I get it. But there's something to be said when things are rolling for you over the course of your last, 5 games where you're just rolling offensively. And, I mean, look, there's one way to beat a good defense. Have a damn good offense, and that's what Illinois has. So give me offense.
Yep. Well, that's what happens. They're in they're in the East, I mean, UConn either,
and that'll be a barn burner. That'll be a barn burner, UConn and Illinois. That'll be a barn burner for sure. But but that's a great matchup for Illinois, because if they get by Iowa State, they're going to be so tested and so ready, because they're going to have faced a really, really good defense.
The best defense.
They're going to get 80. They're going to get 80 plus in this game, and then they're going to play UConn and probably get 90 plus.
Let me reiterate this: the best defense, number 1 in all of college basketball. So we're going to find out. It's the best offense in the tournament against the best defense in college basketball. And guess who is here? My man, Jabari. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, traffic was crazy today.
You could be like Henny Youngman. I just flew in.
Yeah, no, I wish I was that popular.
How you doing, my man?
We just went through some games, bud.
Okay.
In college basketball, what's coming up Thursday, and this Iowa State Illinois matchup
gonna be good.
Is so intriguing with the number 1 defense in all of college basketball, numero uno, against. I don't think it's arguable. I think they're the best offense in the tournament so far.
Fair.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That's-
I mean,
that's
there's no, yeah. And look, I get it. I know people are going to say, well, Illinois hasn't, who have they played? Duquesne, big deal. Well, look what they've done even those games before that. I mean, their offense, when Shannon gets going, dude, he's a monster. 6'6", 6'6". I mean, he can get you 20 plus easy. I mean,
you know what
30
really
last
impresses
game.
me, guys? This kid can go to his left hand.
Yes.
In the air. He can go to that left hand. Okay. And you don't see that very much, Jabari.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's something special about that, I think.
Yep. It's going to be a good one. This is the game that I'm most anxious for, and I hate that we got to wait till as late as we do for it because
I want to get Jabari's thoughts here. What's your thought? I mean, what do you think about this game? Because honestly, it's the most intriguing matchup, I think, the whole weekend's, the Sweet 16 at least.
Yeah, the Alabama UNC game also intrigues me just as much. But this Illinois Iowa State game is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be really good in my opinion. I just I don't really know what else to say that hasn't been said from you guys already, but it'll probably be one of the key matchups. San Diego State doesn't have a chance against UConn in my opinion.
Okay.
Gonzaga, I don't think is really going anywhere with Purdue unless they find a way to stop Edie. And then Houston and Duke, I think is probably my second best matchup, for this round of 16 here as well.
Oh, yeah, we was going to get to that. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Justin wants to know, would you take Thompson under 21.5 PA?
Yeah, I haven't taken a look at the injury reports, but yeah, I think they're playing Orlando. It's going to be a tough guard for him. So yeah, I don't see why not.
Stephen Batts says his Pacers -2.5 tonight.
Yeah, against the Bulls.
Against the Bulls.
Pacers play at high pace. Bulls not that high of a pace. So yeah.
Yeah, I was with that one too. I like that. Let's see. Anything else in there? Any baseball on the EV page? Mike, why don't you check that out real quick? See if you can filter up something.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you're looking. Jabari.
Mm-hmm.
NBA getting. I don't know. Do you feel like we're getting in the point in the season where we're getting stale, or are we moving forward and starting to feel like the league's going to get a little more competitive?
I mean, we're coming into playoff basketball at this point. Only about a couple weeks left in the season. So, I mean, you're probably going to get closer to the stale side of that spectrum than you would more interesting side. I mean, the West is heating up. The East is pretty much cooked. Boston's pretty much locked up the number 1 seed already. Yeah, they've already clinched the conference. So there's nothing to play for really in the East besides seeding. The West, there's a lot to play for because, I mean, it's the West. The West is obviously way more competitive than the East this year. So, yeah.
Okay, it'd help if I got the date range back. All right, let's hold on a minute. Let me filter out some of this stuff. Already got that one filtered out, don't I? Let's see.
I can tell you what you got to do there, but go up.
You want me to? What?
Here,
Huh?
I'll do it.
What were you going to say?
Just go ahead and when you go to your sports books on that drop down, Now unclick select all. And now go.
No, I know that.
Yeah. And then scroll down. Click
No, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do. I've got it.
You got to go down to the other sports books, or Pinnacle might show up.
It won't now because here. Watch. You can click all Illinois sports books.
Right.
But I don't want Circa there. So let's take Circa off of there. All right, so there's all kinds of stuff coming up. I mean, Bet Rivers has definitely got a few plays. I'm going to skip them because Bet Rivers is pretty lame. Skewball over 6.5 strikeouts at plus 102 looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Looks great.
In case you don't know it, folks, Skewball is the best pitcher that the Tigers have. And he's a he's a lefty, isn't he, guys?
Skewball, yes, he's a left-hander. Yep. I mean, I like that. You're playing the White Sox. I mean, why not? Why the heck not?
Like that a lot.
Yeah,
so yeah, there are a few plays there. All right, I'm gonna remove your screen share there, Mike.
No, let's see if it would. Yeah, that's all that's out here. No, let's stop. How about Astros over 4.5 team total?
Okay.
Plus 105.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I think that's worth maybe looking into. I definitely like the Skewball play, but Jose Abreu over 1.5 player bases.
Yeah, and as soon as you bet that, you'll be limited.
First half total runs under 3.5. Twins Royals plus 114. I mean, definitely a little value there, but I'm not as crazy about that play. So yeah, the Skewball play is the one that I'd like.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So Jabari, I got to get to your Cougars matchup. I mean, to me, Duke should not. They won't be in that game, in my opinion. But you're a little bit more concerned about that game, obviously, and you know a little bit more about the game than I do. What are your thoughts?
That matchup against A&M, I mean, that's really just the biggest thing. That's one of the most obvious inside jobs I've ever seen. The foul calling was so inconsistent that game. It just not the best. UH got in foul trouble early, obviously, but yeah, no, it is not. It's not going to be an easy thing for us to get past Duke with the way that Filipowski's been playing and McCain has been playing. They came out and went ballistic in the first half, so we're really going to have to rely on our defense. But if the refs do what they did in that A&M game, there's not a chance that we get past this Duke team like we did with A&M. And like I said, that was an obvious inside job. That it was pretty one-sided, and that's just not as a UH fan. But at one point, the differential was 33 free throw attempts to 13, which is insane. So
very insane. I mean, Cryer fouls out, Sharp fouls out eventually. Luckily, when it happened, it still could have become a huge factor. But
yeah,
that was
when four of your starting five foul out, and that hasn't happened for the last 60 years in an NCAA tournament. That's a problem. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean that A&M they were gifted the game. They if they hit free throws, they win that game. They just couldn't hit free throws, luckily, because I could not believe how many attempts they got. You know, I mean, it was insane. Insane, man.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Let's go back to the NBA, though. So right now, how difficult do you think it's going to be to bet on NBA games? I mean, what are markets that you're going to stay away from? Are we staying away from totals? Are totals going to go crazy? Again, they've already been up all year. I mean, are they going to get higher? Are people not going to play defense? Are we going to worry about not getting injured because the playoffs are going to start? I mean, I don't know what to think about this NBA league nowadays. It's hard to get used to as far as betting. You know what I mean, Jabari?
Well, definitely. I mean, you saw last night a perfect example of that, or not last night, the night before. Well, a little bit last night with the Lakers coming back against the Bucks. Although that wasn't the same with the Celtics blowing that lead to the Hawks, because the Celtics, they just looked at that as, hey, this game's over. They just gave up. It felt like their shot selection was bad. They didn't take the Hawks seriously enough. They're up 30 points. I mean, they've got nothing to lose right now, right? I mean, so you're going to see some of that.
Yeah, and Milwaukee giving up that game against the Lakers last night. Lakers played a great game without Bron. So if AD can play like that on a consistent basis, and this comes into Daryl's question as well. I'm not gonna say they're gonna cover tonight because they're on the back-to-back, and you got to remember this is an older team. Okay, they're on a back-to-back, so they're gonna be tired, even though Bron is playing tonight. Yeah. But the way they played against Milwaukee, if AD can play like that in the playoffs, there's not a team that can stop them. If there was ever a person built to stop Jokic, it would be AD.
100%
he needs to play like he did yesterday.
Wow. I agree 100% on that. And the problem is AD so many minutes last night that he played, unbelievable. I mean, that's how much they're going to have to rely on him, though. That's how much they're going to have to rely on him.
Craig is running to MLB, guys.
Okay.
He don't like all this fishy stuff going on, and
NBA it's not even necessarily fishy with NBA. It's just been so inconsistent as far as the scoring. I don't know. I really don't even know what to tell you. This has probably been my worst NBA betting season by far, even though I'm not down. But it's just been super inconsistent. Like, I feel like I'm probably break even on the season, but NFL was great. And then we came into NBA, hopes are high, and just didn't pan out the way we wanted it to.
Yeah, NBA's been weird. Been so freaking weird this year.
Yeah, I know. Why is that? What makes it weird? Because I gotta be honest with you, but the NHL hadn't been bad. NHL's been pretty good.
From what I'm hearing, everybody's saying the NHL's been pretty good this season. So,
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I right now, I bet Boston with an 11-game lead. They're going to coast the rest of the way. I mean, I don't. How do you bet their games now? I mean,
well, you saw they were up 30. I mean, they coasted that game. I mean, I think they're going to, because they're going to hear a lot about that. They're going to. I don't think you're going to necessarily see it happen all the time, but you're going to see it happen probably a few more times, and because they got to. I mean, the playoffs are around the corner, but we still have some games left. And if you're Boston has nothing to play for right now, except don't get hurt.
Exactly. So, and they play Atlanta again tomorrow, by the way.
Right.
The exact same game in Atlanta. They play Atlanta, and I doubt they win that game too, because I think the starters maybe play 20, 25 minutes, but this isn't the time you need to be playing them hard to make a statement. You can lose the rest of the games. You've already secured the conference, so it doesn't matter. You've clinched the conference, so it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
I mean, it really doesn't, and I mean, I think at this point, teams are more worried about just getting to the playoffs healthy than they are about, in Boston's case, trying to get the best record they can possibly get, for the books, but that they don't care about that, man. I mean, you're so far ahead of everybody, and you're just at that day and age now where injuries happen so freaking often, man, that you got to worry about it. You got to worry about it.
By the way, don't look in the West, but Denver's just snuck in there.
Oh, yeah.
To first place, yeah.
Isn't that nice?
But Minnesota got hurt. If it wasn't for Cat, tearing what he tore and then being, hurt down the stretch, which this definitely hurts their playoff contention in my eyes. It's, Denver, is probably sitting at a 2 or 3 seed. But give credit where credit is due. If somebody doesn't stop Denver early and Denver gets back to the conference finals, and it's not the Clippers, it's not the Lakers, it's not some veteran experienced team, I don't see how Denver doesn't go win another chip. Even if they play Boston, I still think Denver's better than Boston. So,
wow.
Well, I mean, the thing with Boston is they're so reliant on the three. Like that's it. Like if that three stops falling for them, and Denver's gonna just pick you apart and they're gonna take their 2 points here, 2 points there. Okay, you want to give us they're efficient, they're good. Boston, they go cold and they take bad shots sometimes, man. You see it happen a lot. I mean, Jaylen Brown especially. He'll just all of a sudden just start taking really bad shots. And sometimes they do fall. But, boy, when they don't fall, it can really, really hurt you, especially if you're playing a team like Denver that's going to be efficient. They're gonna score when they need to, and it will.
And if I'm the Celtics coach, I'm watching all that film from the Celtics-Warriors game, from the Celtics-Warriors finals, because you have – you pretty much have the same composition, but better and younger, in my opinion, for the Nuggets. You have Jamal Murray, who's going to play your a la Steph Curry role. You're going to have Michael Porter Jr., who they're going to stick. If you're smart, you're going to stick him the whole game on Jason Tatum. Tatum didn't get shut down the whole final series, but Andrew Wiggins limited him enough that his presence was not felt. Yeah. And then you got Jokic, who they don't have anybody to guard. Porzingis isn't going to guard him. That to me would be the finals that we're missing. It's going to be a great finals, but I have my money on Denver to win that.
Yeah, and I like your point about that matchup with Porter and Tatum, because I think he will, he'll give Tatum everything he's got. He's going to make it as difficult. You don't expect him to shut Tatum down, but he doesn't have to, He's just got to make him just work. And yeah, I mean, I think Denver's on their way to another championship this year. I just don't see anybody in the West beating them. I just think the Lakers, if I knew that AD was going to be AD last night, be different, but we don't know. And
I took his under, and I got burnt.
You burned, yeah.
So, it happens. I don't know when he's going to show up, but they lit a fire under him, and he brought that team back. Him and Austin Reeves played a great game. So,
Craig does have a good point here. Crazy teams are playing for position, and players are sitting out. Like what? Yeah. What the hell? What? I don't really understand that.
That's how it should be, though. If you got a good enough bench, I can tell Bron, look, you can take this next game off because we're going to have a back-to-back, so you can sit the first game out, let the bench take care of it. That's how the Lakers should be designed. He should be able to sit a game out and let Austin Reeves, AD, Rui Hachimura pick up the slack and go beat a team like Denver. It shouldn't be Bron has to play every single game in order for them to be a contender.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? They don't do that in hockey, okay?
Well,
yeah. Oh no, okay. Back to back, we're playing. And some guys play on, broken bones and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you the NBA of the 80s the NBA of the 90s, you know how they finished out their seasons. That's why I don't know. That was my favorite basketball of all time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is really starting to get to me because I was enjoying the NBA there for a little bit more. They kind of brought me back in. I've kind of been away from it and then got kind of pulled back in. But this year has really got me a mess because I really don't know what to expect. And with LeBron getting old and AD with the injury, how old is AD, by the way?
AD should be 32, 33, if I remember correctly, because he came into the league like fairly young.
Right.
He's 31. 31. I'm off by you.
Wow. Well, look, you know what? We've had a great conversation. This was great. Loved it. Fantastic.
For sure.
I'm glad you made it in, Jabari.
Yeah.
We had a really good crowd. We had about 30 people on X watching all at once. So that's always nice when that happens. So anyway, folks, Jabari will be here next week. We're going to do some betting. Go Cougars. Go Zona. I need Zona to win one friggin' game, and I win $50.
Okay.
All right. I got that.
Yeah, but you need them to win the national championship, and you win about $1,000.
No, 1,700.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
so he's got something riding on this.
There you go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That's what it's all about. Sports betting. That's what we do.
Now you just got to fly out to Vegas to get it. If they win.
Oh, you got to fly to Vegas to go get the 1,700?
I have a way around that.
Oh, okay.
Let's not counter chickens, all right?
Okay.
All right? That's an old saying from an old man. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow all three of us. We'll see you.